Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 206 of Sonic Boom TV. This is a recent finds video. Got some stuff that I found online, on Whatnot, at the antique store, whatever. Just gonna go through them. I don't even know if I remember the prices I paid for all these things, so we're just gonna go wing it on this one. I was gonna break it up into several episodes, and I decided you might as well just do it all at once because I got more stuff coming, and I might be going to get some more stuff tomorrow, which I shouldn't do, but I'm probably gonna do it anyway. So let's roll. First things first. We got some new stuff that I'm gonna go through everything and then open up some of the new stuff to look at. Some of it I'll just, leave as is. But anyway, I want to start. I picked up, this is a friend of mine's band. It's called Flying Raccoon Suit. The name of the album is Moonflower. You can find this on Bandcamp and through Bad Time Records. You get, when you order the vinyl through Bad Time Records, they give you the MP3 downloads. I don't know if it works the same way on Bandcamp or not. I found it was, I think, $2 cheaper to go through Bad Time Records than it was on Bandcamp. So, but they had two versions of it on vinyl. I'm not sure what the CD situation is, but on vinyl they had a clear, I think it was clear with blue splatter, and then this one that I got is supposed to be just blue. So we'll open that after. They are a ska punk band from Mississippi, southern Mississippi. I'm not sure exactly where, maybe Gulfport, somewhere like that. But I'm friends with their guitar player, I kind of know some of the other people a little bit. Their singer is a gorgeous woman, so if you got any luck with women, hit her up. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for that. So, next up, I know where I got these from. I was on Facebook, not Facebook, Whatnot, and I was on the Yo Nicky page. This guy sells a lot. He sells all kinds of stuff, really, but he's mostly got punk rock and some heavy metal. But then he just got stuff like Taylor Swift too. So, but he was doing a lot of giveaways one night, and somehow I won twice. And there was a lot of people watching, but I won twice out of the thing. So the first thing I won was Saves the Day. Under the Boards. Saves the Day is a kind of emo punk, I think. I don't have much by them. I think I have a CD or two, but not much. Never heard this record before. It is brand new, sealed. Very good. Vagrant 25th anniversary sticker says Vagrant 25th anniversary edition limited vinyl color. See that. Then the next one is kind of a legendary. Let's pull this out of this legendary band. A hardcore punk icons, I guess. Bad Brains, Quickness. Says Dr. No, H.R. Earl Hudson, and Daryl Jennifer. So I think those are all original members. The first three, anyway. I'm not sure about the last person, but I would think. Then it says 1989 Punk Note. So that's, I guess, a play on the Blue Note stuff. It says the new home of all recordings owned by the band Bad Brains Records. Oh, Punk Note edition. Package designed by John somebody. Remastered for vinyl by David Gardner. You could read that maybe. But I had a live Bad Brains album that my cousin let his friend steal from me one time many years ago. And I see it all the time, and I want to buy it again, but I just have never done it. And it's not expensive either. But I have their first album on CD, and maybe that's about it. I don't have much on them. I should have more, but this was kind of a nice surprise. So that was a good one. Then I just happened to be, laying in the bed one day, and there was somebody doing a CD show, and they were selling. It was weird. Like they didn't know any of the bands. Like really, they couldn't look at a CD and tell you who it was. And they could have made more money had they taken like each band and put them together, or like bands, because they were putting things like, let's just say they would have like Iron Maiden, and then they would have Nickelback. Well, most people don't like Nickelback, especially if they like Iron Maiden. I'm not saying everybody, but you know the thing. And so they were just mix matching things that didn't really go together, and so they weren't getting the prices they could have got. They were still getting $6-8 for a lot of like 4 or 5 CDs. Well, I was looking, because I was thinking about buying some, but they just wouldn't put up what I was looking for. And finally they did a giveaway. Sure enough, I won 2 CDs, both Judas Priest. This one, see, says Givey number 2, or what is it? Givey number 2, yeah. Upside down, it has a sticker on that. But this is Judas Priest British Steel and Judas Priest Nostradamus. I don't own any Judas Priest except these now. I had some MP3s of a couple of their albums, maybe more than a couple, but as far as physical copies, these are the first things I ever owned by Judas Priest. I still haven't listened to them on CD. I never heard this one before, for sure. I know that. This one's got Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight. So those are 2 the big songs. So that's kind of a cool thing. This one's 2 CDs as well. Somebody told me it was good. One Dan from Off the Charts. He told me that one was a good one. So we'll check them out sometime in the near future. So much stuff going on with all this music I'm acquiring lately. I need to slow down, but not gonna happen this week anyway. After what I found out today, but we'll get to that. Then this one was another one that they were doing a bunch of giveaways, and I seen the people on there before. I don't know what the name of their show was, but I couldn't tell what this was, and it's still a little bit leery on what exactly it is. But let's take this out, because this one came with an extra freebie. So I got this. Now this is a picture of Gene Vincent and the something caps. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna pull this one out right now and look at it. I can figure out where to put stuff. I changed my area around, and I don't have my little table anymore. So we've got Gene Vincent and his blue caps. So that's who that is. So that's what I thought this was. I thought this was going to be one of his albums. And so I had screenshotted this and was trying to find this. I found this picture for something else. It wasn't a record though. And it was like one of his other albums had this, I think, on there. So I'm looking, I cannot find it. It's got this generic sleeve. I thought, well, maybe it's a picture disc, by the way. I was like, maybe it's it's just the wrong cover, because it was a picture disc, and maybe they didn't have it, or maybe it was in one of those plastic sleeves that everybody hates, which it does have one of those plastic sleeves on it on the inside, but it wasn't. And I'm looking, and when I got it, I still didn't know what it was. And of course the back has nothing on it. Well, what to do with it? In the back of it, there was this. It's a photocopy. I don't know where it came from. It says it was Rewind Records _33 is who I got from. There's this movie poster, but it's it's very very clean, but it's just a photocopy. But it's for the movie The Girl Can't Help It. And so I said, okay, this must be a soundtrack to that. And I still hadn't taken it out yet of the thing. So I said, okay, it must be a soundtrack to that, which guest starred Julie London, Ray Anthony, Barry Gordon, starring Tom Ewell, Jane Mansfield, and Edmund O'Brien. Now, pull it out, and I'm like, oh, it is a soundtrack. Pull it out of here, because this is kind of funky. And what do we have here but the beautiful Jane Mansfield on the back? I know all the boys are going to love this. I mean, she was gorgeous. and it's got the track listings. Now, I listened to it. It was good, but it's got a lot of pops. It's got a bunch of skips in it. But it's like, it's not, it may be, if I clean it really good, maybe they'll come out. Because they're the kind of skips that, like, it just jumps forward. It doesn't stop in skip. It's just a jump forward kind of skip. So maybe there's just some stuff in the grooves that I can get out. But overall, it was really good. It's got, why they put him on the front, though, because he's only got one song on this, and there's somebody else that has more, and I'm going to name off what's on here. The Girl Can't Help It by Little Richard. Tempo's Tempo by Nino Tempo. My Idea of Love by Johnny Glenn. I Ain't Gonna Cry No More by Johnny Glenn. Ready Teddy by Little Richard. Cool It Baby by Eddie Fontaine. Lollipop Lover by Three Chuckles. Cry Me a River by Julie London. Bebop Alula by Gene Vincent. Not with the blue, it doesn't say with the Blue Caps, just Gene Vincent. Which it was a good song. 20 Flight Rock by Eddie Cochran. Rock Around the Rock Pile by Ray Anthony. Rockin' Is Our Business, Bizness, by the Treniers. Blue Monday by Fats Domino, and You'll Never Know by the Platters. This came out in 1986, I believe. I think it was 86. And it's from the Netherlands. And so it's a cool item, especially if you look at this woman right here. Now, this woman's got a tragic story. And I'm going to tell you what I was told as a child, because she died not far from where I live now. It was probably within 10 miles of where I live, where she died. Died on a bridge. It was late one night. I think it was foggy, and her car ran into the back of an 18-wheeler. Now, if you look at 18-wheelers today, they all have that little bar that goes under the bottom. It's like the Mansfield bar, basically. And what was always told to me when I was a kid, that she was beheaded in this accident. And when I got this, I was like, I got to read up about her again. And I looked into it, and apparently that was not true. What happened was, when they hit, she had major head injuries of which she died from. But I mean, she was probably a mess. Nobody probably wanted to see it. But when there's a photo that was taken at the scene. And I guess Hollywood actresses back then, for sure, wore wigs. And her wig was on the dashboard. And so somebody thought that was, she got her head chopped off, whatever. And that was the story. And that was what I was told when I was a kid. And I never really knew who she was back then. I never, she was before my time. She was 50s and 60s, kind of thing. And I was born in 71, so I was told about this when I was, probably close to 1980 or something. People were still saying that. So anyway, but this is nice. I mean, it's she's gorgeous. She was anyway. Denmark it says. What did I say? Netherlands, same thing, I guess. And it says 1985, but Discogs said 1986. So anyway, it's a cool thing. If I can clean it up, it sounds okay, it except for the pops in certain spots and the skips. So I can clean it up and get it nice sounding. Maybe it'll be okay. We will see. But I wanted to give that little bit of information about Jane Mansfield, actress. Apparently did the Marilyn Monroe thing where she was with a bunch of different famous people, and that kind of stuff. But then there was also another free thing in that bag, and it was a 45 by Three Dog Night. I know they have songs that I like. I think Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog was one of them. But anyway, this one's Eli's Coming, and Circle for a Landing. This is probably the original sleeve, but it's falling apart. It's pretty good condition. It doesn't look scratchy. Too much dirty, but not scratchy. But the label's kind of bubbled up on both sides. That's probably why it was a free one. Because I think this one might have a little bit of value to it. Not saying like hundreds of dollars or anything, but like maybe $15 or something like that. But those were both free. Then on I I was looking at Dead Broke Records. We've talked about them before a few times on Whatnot, and he had some stuff, and I can't remember the prices on these, but I got 4 records from him, all brand new. They look new anyway. I don't know if they are exactly brand new. One of them's got a little damage to it, but there was one record that I really wanted, and I was trying to get the money for it. I couldn't spend money at the time, and I was like, man, he's gonna sell this out. He's only got a couple, it's one of these albums that I absolutely love, and I wanted to get, because I think this is the first time it was on vinyl, and that would be 90s ska band. They only had 2 real albums, and then a third album that was not so much of an album. It was like, I think they had broken up, and somebody gathered songs that maybe weren't complete. I'd never heard the third one. I heard part of the first one and all of the second one I had on CD, and that is the Hippos' Heads Are Gonna Roll, to be played at maximum volume, guys. It was on Interscope Records, and this is put out by a different record company. This was put out by Asbestos Records, but it's still got the Interscope stuff on it. Doesn't have an inner sleeve or anything. It's a color vinyl though. I'll show you guys later after I go through all these. But it's a really, really good album. It's there's a couple. It's one cover song, maybe 2. But always something there to remind me. Was a great cover song. So the Hippos, great. I've listened to it at least 5 or 6 times since I play all in one day. Then there was the Failures Union, Tethering, I guess that's the name of it. Don't know much about these guys. He just played it on the show, and I liked it, what I was hearing, so I grabbed it. I think this one was like $6. 5 or 6. These next 3 were either 5 or 6. They weren't very much. Then this one is GSD in Hades, and GSD stands for Go Sell Dope. But there's their song names are funny, so that's why I grabbed this one. The album art's pretty cool too. But it's Barefaced Killer, Love Is Something Like a War, The Ghost of Spider Culhane, Now That You're Tame, You Can't Put Your Arms Around an Acid Flashback, Godspeed Dude, Silence, Drugs and Roses, Protege of a Dead Man, and Clock Tower. And that was put out by Dead Broke Records themselves. I think this one was Dead Broke. Yeah, this was Dead Broke Records too. These were his label stuff. And the last one is a band that I have an album by already. And I didn't know that this one was put out by Dead Broke Records. I don't know if the first one was that I have, but it's a band called Caves. Always Why, kind of a indie rock garage kind of stuff. Oop, can you see it? But it was one that I picked up on a whim at the record store one day. Just saw it and I thought it looked neat and grabbed it. And now I've got 2 of their albums. I think they have 3 albums. So that was cool. Very cool. Then the next one was another guy that I saw on Whatnot. And this one, I don't know if he said it was used or what, and I'm assuming it was, but I grabbed it because it looked kind of interesting. And it was limited. No, it's numbered, so I took a chance. And that is Squalora. And when I look at it on the screen, this is like kind of purple looking. It's hard to. It's kind of faded into the cover when you look at it in real life. There's a little bit of damage on the spine right here. It's not bent or anything, but it looks like it's shelf wear. So that's why I think it was probably somebody's record. They just took good care of the record itself. The cover, not so much. You can see a little ring wear and stuff. But it is number 36 of 500. And this is a hardcore punk. it's the vocals are more hardcore than the music. I was really liking the music, but I didn't know what he was saying. So I never went back to look at the lyrics or anything, but I may. But I just wanted to show you this one now since we're here. So that was that, and it came with a download card. It didn't work, so that's what made me instantly think, oh, this was somebody else's record before. It wasn't brand new. So I don't know if I'll be able to get MP3s of it, but I got the record, so I don't really need it. It's not something that's going to be on my everyday rotation, or anything. So next, today, I went and I was driving to lunch, and I was planning on taking a little bit extra long lunch anyway today because I have a little bit of overtime that I don't get paid for. I forgot two things here. We'll get back to this. But I went and I was going down the road, and I was thinking of stopping at the this antique store that I go to. I still don't know the name of the antique store. And go in, and I'm going down the road, and I hit a pothole. Felt like my whole car hit the ground, and I said, "Oh my God, I am definitely stopping at that place," because it was like 2 blocks from where the antique store was. So I'm definitely stopping there before I go to lunch to look and see if my car is still together. And luckily, nothing happened. I was like, "Oh man, I thought I was gonna at least have a smashed front end or something, on the corner of the car or something." But I don't know. But it hit hard. I was going like 35 miles an hour. And there's a bus in front of me, so I didn't see it, and he didn't hit. If he hit it, he didn't bounce or anything. But when I hit that thing, oh man, it scared the crap out of me. My windshield wipers were going all crazy, and they were off before I hit it. But anyway, besides that, pulled in there. The lady's outside, and she's like, "Did something happen?" And I was like, "I just hit a pothole," and she was like, "Oh no." And she said, "Where is it?" And I said, "Right down the block. Just be careful when you're coming in the morning or whatever." Then I went in the store, and there's some girl in there. I'd never seen her, but she's cleaning the store. I was so happy. I wanted to hug this girl because, not just because she was cute, because she was actually making this place where you could walk around, because it's got stuff just falling all over the place. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to make it what did she say? Less trip hazards or something." And I said, "Yeah, it kind of needs it." And she's like, "I'm getting it." And she had that area where the records were pretty good. You can only get to one side of them. But anyway, I went and looked at the records, and the prices were all high. They were at least everything was at least $10 to $20. It seemed like, and I was like, man, a lot of these I have already, so I'm not getting them. But they're not in the best condition, a lot of them. And so I went through, and there was a couple that I wanted. Like, they had a T-Rex album. The cover looked nice, but the record was scratched, and they wanted I think they wanted 15 for that. But it had a lot of stuff in there, and if they were $5, I probably would have came back with more. They were $5 really, but I'll get to that in a second. But I would have probably come back more if they would have been started at $5. But they weren't. So I went up to the counter, and what I did find was Styx, Mr. Roboto with the cover. If you watch my channel, you'll know not long ago I found a copy of Styx inside of another record, and Mr. Roboto was inside of another record, the Paradise Theater, I think it was. So and I didn't have the cover for that one. Now I found one with a cover, and this one looks pretty good too. So it's got the gatefold, the inner sleeve, and everything. So this is pretty complete. And decent condition. The record looks like it might have a light scratch on it. So once I clean it up, see how it plays, and hopefully it plays good. I like this album. I know some people don't, but this is the one that I guess I really heard when I was growing up. This was probably one of the first exposures to them. And I know if you heard that my fire thing is beeping and driving people crazy who watch these videos. It's because I bought a battery a couple weeks ago from the Dollar Tree, and I decided that it was only going to last about a week and a half, and I haven't been out anywhere that has batteries to replace it. So we're just going to have to hear it beep until I do that, which hopefully will be this weekend. So there it goes again. So anyway, I go up to the counter with the sticks, and that was $10. And she says, "Oh, I can't ring you up on a card for anything under 15." And I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll go find something else to go with this." I said everything over there I already have, really. But I'll see. And then she goes, "Oh, did other girl that was there tell you that the records are all half price?" And I looked at the girl and I said, "No, you did not tell me this." And so she's like, "Oh, yeah, I meant to. I forgot." And I was like, "Okay, well, I can go get some stuff if they're going to be $5. I can go get a couple more." And she goes, "Well, wait, did you see this box right here?" And she had, there was like a little crate in the corner that was still a mess. They had stuff like layered on top of, like, not a blanket, but some kind of cloth thing that they were selling. And there was some stuff on top of it. And because they do not know how to treat records there at all. But I said, "No, I didn't see that one. Let me check that one out." I said, "All this other stuff up here I already looked at, because it's been the same thing for like the last 5 times I've been there." And I started looking through it, and there's like brand new stuff. There's sealed stuff. There's unsealed stuff, and it's all looks like stuff that I want to check out. And I was like, "Oh crap, here we go." I said, "I don't have a lot of money today. I got to pay some bills before I can, do whatever." They have this cool, I guess it's like a 7-inch, but it was like a cutout of something. It's kind of horror looking thing. I'm going back tomorrow. I'm definitely getting that one if it's still there, which I think it probably will be, because it looked like they were closing up right after I left. Because when I came back from lunch, I passed by and it looked like everything that was outside was all pulled in and put away, whatever. But anyway, so I looked through it, and it was all like horror punk and rockabilly kind of stuff, or psychobilly, I should say. And the lady said, "Oh yeah, all that stuff's from Germany." And I'm like, "What?" I said, "I gotta look through this again tomorrow when I come back." So anyway, the first one I saw, and I love this cover. It's called The Bad Beats. Let me take it out of this. This one's sealed. Bad Beats. His Vengeful Hand. Love this art. I looked at the lady, I said, "This looks like Halloween, man. I got to get this." And she goes, "Oh no, I love the art on a lot of those." She said, "I looked up some of those bands," and she goes, "They're not like one-hit wonders either. There's a lot. They have a lot of albums. That doesn't mean they had any hits, but they definitely have a lot of albums." So this one she wanted 20, but it was 10. So I was like, "Okay, I'll do that." And that makes me, now I'm over the 15, because or I'm right at the 15 now. So and I looked through the thing, and I was like, "Let me get one more." So I saw this one, and this one I like the back cover more than I like the front cover. But I'll show you the front cover first. This is Zomblina and the Skeletones, Charnel House Rock. Front cover looks okay. I like this guy's hand. It might be the same hand as the other one almost. But the back cover, I just thought looks really good. That I would have put that on the front. But the rest of the band, but I guess the girl is probably the singer. So when I'm getting it, this is the part where she decides to start. "Oh, did you see this one? Did you see that one?" Because she was trying to sell me more, and I didn't look inside to see what was inside of it. I was like, and usually I check them. I try to check them these days, and I forgot to check the record to see if it was the right record in there, or if it was even in there at all. I bought the thing because this one was also 20. Yeah, it was. They wrote it on the thing. I don't know if you can see it. It looked like a grease pencil. It'll come off, but I'm not gonna mess with it. But this one was also 20, so it was 10. So anyway, I pulled the record out, and there's two. When I left, I went to get lunch, and I'm sitting in my car right before I go into the restaurant, and I reach in and there's 2 records in it. I was like, "Uh-oh, is this a 2-record set?" And it feels like this cover feels a little thicker, like it's supposed to have 2 records in it. But this is the record for that one. Both have black inner sleeves with the polyline. Have the little zombie lady on the front, on the labels. But there's another record in it. with even a cooler label. Oop. It says X-Ray Cat Trio, the X-Ray Cat Trio, and it's green on this side. Or is it? Actually, it probably goes like that. Trash Wax is the label. Well, this is another album, and I was like, I couldn't figure out what it was on Discogs right away because it wasn't coming up right, and then I put the number in, and it found it. Well, apparently there's only 200 copies of this album by that band on a black vinyl. There's another color vinyl that was limited edition too, which I think it was green, like this color green. But this one, now I got to find the cover for this if it's there. I'm gonna have to go scan around to see if they have the cover. But this one I got it, basically got it free because it was inside of this, and I didn't know it was in there. Not that I would have said anything anyway, because the way I feel about thrift stores and stuff is, if they put stuff in the record, that's on them for not checking it. I'm not the responsible person unless they're screwing me over to decide whether they've done their job. So anyway, so there's a bunch more that were in there. I paid my bills today. I still haven't gone to the grocery store, but I figured out that I have enough money tomorrow that I could probably get about 6 or 7 more. So I'm gonna go back at lunch tomorrow. I'm sure they're gonna be there. I'm sure unless people know that kind of music, they're probably not gonna go see that anyway. And the place is famous for having kind of trashed up records, so who knows? So anyway, I'll go back. But anyway, I wanted to show these. This was some stuff from the Dead Broke Records extra stuff. He had this little advertisement card with his art. I'm gonna have to do some art for him because he's got some people that do stuff for him. But he also was giving away and selling somebody else's art. So I want to do something for him maybe. Got that one. With the Dead Broke sticker. I got another one of those Phil Lynott Sticking the Bird stickers from him too, but I'm sending it to my friend. I put it in an envelope already. And then the little poster, Dead Broke Records, and all that's free stuff. And then he gave me a little button with the dog that he had that passed away recently. See if you can see it. My grody fingernails that are psoriasis fingernails. If you guys don't have psoriasis, don't ever get it. Messes you up. But then he also gave me this. It's called the Deep Pockets. It's an EP, 4 songs. Dead Broke Records. This is on blue vinyl. Gave me this one free. It has the little picture of Elvis and the guy. A little letter or something to everybody. And then translucent blue with black smoke vinyl. Deep Pockets. I don't know if I can't see what it's doing right there. Oh, sorry. So that's cool. I haven't listened to this one yet. Most of the stuff I have not listened to yet, just because the record store day got in the way, and I was listening to all that stuff, and I listened to that Hippos album like 6 times, like I said before. So anyway, let's start opening up what I got, and we'll look at them and see what's cool about some of these things I haven't seen yet. So let's go back to the Bad Beats, and these, like I said, this one I think says garage rock, but they're all I think psychobilly kind of stuff, which is, it's hard to explain what it is. It's kind of punk, but it's got like the upright bass kind of stuff, going on. And I believe this was the same because all the other ones looked like that. Some of the pictures on the covers and stuff had people with that, so we'll see. I think this might be color vinyl. Don't know. But definitely a cool album cover. Oop. Can't get it out, guys. Can't get it out. There we go. We got no inner sleeves or anything. And oh, it is black vinyl, so we're just gonna, it's in a paper sleeve. The Bad Beats. The Bad Beats. So that's just black vinyl. So this weekend I'm gonna have so much to do. I got an episode of Off the Charts to do with the boys from Kansas Connection. Sticks. I showed that already. The caves. I don't know about caves. These are open, but they I don't think he gets them sealed. So we get caves. Always Y. Saw that already. And we've got this inner sleeve with the lyrics on one side, and this cool little recording studio looking situation on the other side, and some green vinyl. It's kind of translucent, but not really. You can't see through it, but it's but still nice green. What's next? Indie rock. I think I said that already. Kind of. This one's got a little bit of mess up on the cover right there, but it's okay. Probably happened in shipping. This one, Failures Union, Tethering. Don't know which this is. I don't remember what kind of. I think it's some kind of punk rock. He told me something about them, and he kind of sold it to me. Made me think it was good. He played something too. This one does not have a. That's going to be either a cool looking vinyl or an ugly looking vinyl. I'm not sure. We got lyrics though. We got this photo of a building. I don't know if that's supposed to be a window or a painting on the wall, and then there's some junk on the ground right here. Interesting. It's got a little tear in it as well. Don't think it was used. I just think it was in the shop kind of thing. So, ooh, yes, we have this mustard colored. Looks a little brighter on the screen because of the light. This mustard kind of swirl, not swirl, almost splatter, but not quite. It works though with the album, like the colors do work together. But ooh, that's a rough looking mustard. Muttered. You know what that's from? Sling Blade. It's like midnight, guys. After midnight, and I'm very tired. But I decided to do this video, so here we go. Still got a ways to go. Not too far. The GSD. Go Sell Dope. Yeah, Go Sell Dope. Or drugs. I'm sorry. Go Sell Drugs. It had a download card that just fell out. What we got here? We've got some photos with lyrics and such. Show you the cover again. This one is also punk rock. Cool cover, cool cover. And I just dropped it on the floor almost. Download card. Black vinyl. Paper sleeve. Stuff. Dog's starting to cough over there. She was being good for the whole video, and now she's going to decide to cough. What a dog. This one is the Hippos. Now this one wasn't sealed either. I don't know if that's how it came or not. Probably did. But even it played like it was brand new. So it excellent job. But the vinyl is nice too. We've got this clear translucent blue / white with some remaining color going over there, so that's kind of neat. Got the Hippos thing, but then it's got the this was on the front cover, or maybe on the back cover, I think, of the CD. Not the front cover. The front cover had the same picture, but very cool. I love this album, guys. This is one, like, people talk about Grail albums and stuff. This is relatively unknown band, but the album is that good that I never thought I would get it. But I saw it on his show, and man, I was sweating it out for about a month or so till I got the money situation right to be able to buy it. Because this one was like, I think he had it for 32 or 30, and he gave it to me for either 26 or 28. But Hippos, Heads Are Gonna Roll, and to be played at maximum volume. So do that. I don't play it at maximum volume because I live in an apartment. Can't do that around here. Got 3 more that are left, and we get you out of this show, guys. We'll go with the Bad Brains, Quickness. Hardcore punk. This one was free for sure. Got the that's HR, I think his name is. That his name? Yeah, HR. That's who the singer is. Cool stuff. Little write up about him. This is from 1989. Wow, I didn't realize that. It comes in a plastic sleeve. Nothing special. No extra notes or liner notes or anything. But the label is Punk Note instead of Blue Note, which is kind of cool. Play on the jazz situation that we all either love or hate. I have no real opinion on it because I try not to get into jazz because I don't want to like it, and I know I will. So I don't try to mess around too much. I do have some jazz stuff, but I almost never listen to it just for that sheer fact of I don't want to get into it and buy more stuff because once you learn about that stuff, it's like a big rabbit hole from what I understand from people. Next one. Shoot. I think I just cut the cover, guys. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Just thought I did. We've got Save the Day, Under the Boards. Kind of a emo kind of thing, I believe. No download card. We've got lyrics sheet. Lyrics with no color sheet. Oh, this is a nice color vinyl. One of my favorites. The Coke bottle sort of color. It's translucent, clear sort of Coke bottle. Love that. Oh, it's black on one side label, white on the other side. I didn't know this was going to be this color. I thought it was blue. So that was a good surprise. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a darker blue like that. Did it say on there? It just says limited vinyl color. So, there you go. Good job. Good job. All of this stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it all. No problems with anything. And from what I've listened to already, a couple of them, I know I like. So, and the last one, which was the first one I got out of all these, my nose itches, is the Flying Raccoon Suit Moonflower ska punk. There's a couple videos out. Very good band. They've got a couple albums out. I have most of their stuff in one format or another. I've got the last 2 albums on vinyl. I think that there's 1 or 2 albums they have on CD that I have. I got a compilation or 2 maybe that they're on. And just a fun band. If you're into ska, they're keeping keeping it around, especially in Mississippi. I mean, that's a weird place for ska, right? But they do it, and I think there's like, I don't know, maybe 6 people in the band. Not sure. It might say on the inside. You know, I don't know what's the stuff looks like. So we'll find out in a second. Okay. Get out. No. Well, they already gave me a download. I was gonna say there's no download card. Pretty nice inner sleeve. Got lyrics on one side. Some flowers on the other side. And the record pulls out the side. Ooh, it's very staticky. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it out without tearing something. New trick. Blow air in it and it comes out. We've got a dark blue, kind of not. It's kind of translucent. Pretty color though. Side B. Side A. There's a video for I think it's called Sunflower. Oh man, I think there's 2 videos, guys. I'm not sure. I do know that in one of the videos, they show they show somebody walking. I don't know if it's the girl, the singer, or one of the other guys. I think it's the girl. She walks by a wall, and there's posters and stuff on the wall, and there's 2 posters that I did for them on the bottom. One of them is it's yellow, with a robot-looking thing. It's got static face, and it's real quick. You're only going to see it for like a second. And then there's another one that has a kind of cartoon raccoon playing guitar, and it's concert posters that they did. I never had. I don't own any of them because I sent them to them and they printed them, and I just never got a copy of them. It's one of those things that if you don't print them yourself, you probably won't get them, because that's how it usually works with local bands. It's not their fault or anything like that. It's just the way it is. You know, they do their show and they only print a couple posters, and they keep some from themselves because that's cool. So, but I've got the files. I can print them myself, and I'm probably going to at some point when I finish doing whatever I got to do. But yeah, I've done a few posters for different bands, shows, maybe 3 or 4 other ones besides those 2. I really want to start doing that, but I would like to get paid, and they paid me for theirs, but other people, I just kind of volunteered the situation. I think maybe I got paid on one of the other ones. But anyway, that's it for this episode. This is going on a long time. It's almost an hour, 45 minutes anyway. A lot of good stuff there. I'll come back with another video tomorrow if I go to the place and grab some more of those records, which I'm 100% going to do. I know it. Hopefully they're open. But I asked the lady how long her sale was going for the 50% off, and she said till December 15th. Now, I was going to wait because I'll have more money on December 15th than I do today, or tomorrow. But I just don't want to risk that. It's the fear of missing out, I don't want to walk away from all of those records. I'm not going to be able to get them all because I think there was more than 7 in there that were in this genre kind of thing. But I just feel like I got to go back and get a couple more, even if it's just 2 or 3. But like I said, I probably, if they're all $20 or less, I could probably get 6 or 7. And I believe that one that I said was a 45 that looked like it was shaped like something, and it had like these monsters or something on it, which I don't know why I didn't buy that. I think that one wasn't, but maybe 10. I don't know. Maybe it might have been less. But I'll find out tomorrow, because if I go, that's the only thing I'm going to look at is that one bin. And hopefully she put that towel, that rug thing or whatever it was, that back on top of them so nobody can see. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Talk to you guys later. Hopefully the next time I do a video, the fire alarm thing will be fixed and won't beep and won't annoy my loyal viewers. And that's it for this episode. Talk to you guys later. Bye.